Hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome to Mentor Monday. Monday's your weekly microdose of encouragement, inspiration, and miracle grow on your potential as a coach. I'm excited to be back with you guys for a Mentor Monday. This is going to be an exciting next few weeks as we're going to really be unpacking and we're really going to be unfolding some things over here in preparation for our we've done it before, but our 2024 launch of the coaching product launch blueprint, which is going to be amazing. And we're going to be helping coaches get their businesses up and going and launching their products in the next 90 days or less. And so you're all invited to be a part of it. We'll be unpacking some of these things over the next couple of weeks. Do me a huge favor and let me know that you are here. Jump inside the chat. See this right here. I'm all the way over here in California in a studio, so I can't see you. The next best thing to hearing your beautiful voice and seeing your faces is to see comments from you. So let me know that you are here. Miles is joining us from San Diego. I hope that was an accidental mistype there. That was awesome. Kristen's saying hello. She's waving to us. Tanya's saying hello to us. How's it going? I don't know who this is. Maybe this will help. Welcome, Kristen. That's saying hello from Orange County. Very good. And yes, Miles confesses that was a typo, but it was pretty funny nonetheless. Keep those comments coming in. I want to say hello to you, so let us know that you're here. Jump inside of the comments. Tell us where you're joining us from, what you're excited about, what you feel momentum on in your life, and any questions today that we can be asking as well. We'd love for you to be able to chime in. Now, let me apologize ahead of time for my voice and my throat. Last week, I was not live specifically for that reason. Well, not just that, was New Year's Day. But I woke up a little over a week ago with some major upper respiratory stuff, and it's really messing up my vocals. We did a boot camp this weekend, so we have a lot of new certified coaches running around, which is amazing. But it's had a lot of wear and tear and a lot of work this weekend, but I'm still here and I'm still super excited. So if we can manage to do it with the voice, then we will do that. Miles says he's excited for tonight. Catherine's joining us from Sacramento. And Miles says, I have some new clients, including clients from Mexico. So good. Tanya's joining us from Virginia Beach. So good. Well, I'm going to get this lozenge out of the way, and hopefully I'm not crunching into your ear too much, because we need to jump in and we need to begin. Kristen says, I am a mental health coach looking for someone to light a fire under my butt. Okay, we're going to do the best we can. And tonight, to help with that, apparently we went with like a fiery theme. It's all like orange and everything. I don't know if it's Home Depot or if it's just matchy with the series, but if you guys like it, maybe we'll keep it going for this particular series over the next couple of weeks. What we're going to be doing over the next few weeks is we're going to really be talking about what you need to do to have an amazing first 3 months of 2024. January is the easiest month by far out of the entire year to sign clients, because people are already thinking about change. They're already impatient for change, and they're already attempting to set goals without you. So if you're not out there putting yourself out there, getting your business up and going, you're really missing out on some great lucrative months between January to really about April as far as that's concerned. And then you get another really big blip that hits around September later on in the year. So what I want to do is I want to do the best that I can to help you get up and rolling as quickly as possible. We have this thing called the Coaching Product Launch Blueprint. It's something that is a part of our Jumpstart program. I'll tell you more about it in a little bit, but we're literally going to bring people from zero to launch in 90 days or less. When I say zero to launch, whether it's a coaching product or it's your entire coaching practice that you are launching from zero, we're going to bring you from brainstorming. I don't care if you have nothing done. We'll take you from brainstorming all the way to launch within 90 days. And you can do it if you're ready to put the work in and you're ready to hustle, we can actually get this thing done. So tonight, where we're going to be focusing, though, is we're going to specifically focus on how you're going to be able to maximize your business to grow and to earn more and to work with more people. And one of the things that I always recommend from the very beginning with coaches, because most coaches are thinking about, well, I'm just going to be working with one-on-one clients, and people think like that. And it's because they just don't realize all the ways that you could serve people. They don't realize how creative they could actually be as an individual. And they also don't even think about the fact that they have a lot to be able to offer people with regard to coaching and everything else. And so what I want to talk about tonight is the benefits specifically of offering coaching products. And I'm saying we want to create other streams of income besides just one-on-one clients. And I've got a great argument for it. You're going to agree with me after I show you, because we're going to whiteboard some of these things. And so you're going to see exactly why I'm really recommending it and how we're helping coaches become six-figure coaches, even as newly certified coaches. You could actually get that rolling for you within your first year. And so here's the first thing that I would say in terms of a benefit of having coaching products. First of all, is that every one of you have a personal capacity to serve one-on-one clients that will either level off your income or it's going to burn you out. I found out the hard way when I started out as a coach that I did not have the personal capacity that I really thought. Granted, when you coach people, it's not dealing with negative stuff, heavy stuff, people who are brokenhearted and stuck and all of these other things. We're not dealing with the broken as coaches. We're dealing with people who operate in a really high degree of wholeness. And they are going after amazing goals. They're going after their future, their life purpose, their destiny, all of these other kinds of things that we get to partner with them to do. But even so, every one of us who's sitting here right now has a personal capacity as a coach that will limit the number of people that we can effectively work with. Now I've got the whiteboard up along with what we're showing you in PowerPoint. And here's the way I'm defining personal capacity. It's the number of people that you can serve effectively while not compromising work-life balance or happiness. Because the reality is that starting out, none of you really know what your personal capacity is. But there's burnout ahead of you if you're trying to make money, but you can't rest because your income is directly proportional to the number of individuals you're serving. So this is the challenge for people who only offer one-on-one coaching. Your income's directly proportional to the number of people that you are sitting down with and doing sessions. Now, if you want to make a lot of money, that means that you got to have a lot of clients, or you've got to have an extraordinary fee that you're charging people. And the only way that you can make more money is that you just have to keep adding more clients and adding more clients. And you know what's going to end up happening is that if you're pursuing the money, what'll end up happening is you'll burn out, because we don't know what that limit is. But let's say that your limit was 10 and you tried to coach, and that's going to be as much money as you could make. But some of you will say, well, I'll try to add some more, but it's going to diminish your ability to be really effective as a coach. And you'll be burnt out and you'll be tired. And I don't think that any of you are signing up to become a coach just to get in the grind, just to get in the rat race. Like they say, the problem with winning the rat race is that at the end of the day, you're still a rat. And so what I'm trying to help all of our coaches do is to win and not just trade time for money like you've been doing your entire life. I want to be able to set it up where you are loving what you're doing, you're living your purpose, and you're balanced. So are you becoming a coach simply to grind to create the life that you want to live? Because here's the thing, is that if you're not grinding, the other problem is that you're going to level off an income because you are limited by the number of people that you serve, which makes your income suffer. Let me show you this. And hopefully this will kind of help you figure out what I'm talking about. If this is you and you're going to be a part-time coach, because I know most of you are working full-time jobs. So let's say that you're a part-time coach. If somebody came to me and they said, Paul, I'm going to be a part-time coach, I'll say, okay, how many hours a week do you have realistically to give to this? And I really don't want coaches trying to do 20 hours a week on top of their full-time job. There's a better way, there's an easier way. But let's say that you said, I've got 10 hours a week to work on my coaching business. Well, at 10 hours a week, here's the challenge of that. 10 hours a week will be split in this kind of way to get clients. 7 hours is going to be spent prospecting, looking for people, making connections, and just administrative stuff. And only about 30% is going to be coaching people. So with 3 hours coaching, that means what? You're going to have 3 clients. If you're working really effectively, you're going to get 3 clients. You might be able to get 4, but you're probably going to be 3. So this means that, let's say that your fee is $100 a session. Well, what it means is that the maximum revenue that you can make is $300 a week, and that's $1,200 a month. You've already hit your limit based on the amount of time that you can give things and everything else. Now, let's say that you added a few more hours here and there or whatever. That's the only thing that you can do to increase your revenue, is to work harder and to take on more people, or to just change your fee and up your fee or whatever. For most people, now there's nothing to sneeze at getting an extra $1,000 a month on top of your regular income. Problem is that for most of you, that's not going to replace your existing income. So you might be able to just cover the bases with having some extra money in your pocket, but you're not going to be able to leave your existing job. If that's what your goal is, I'm telling you that this one-on-one thing is not going to get you there. It's not going to allow you to achieve your goal to actually get free and do things. And I learned this really early on. After I got about 4 or 5 clients, I'm like, I'm a little bit tired. And I could already see that it's like, I like having all this extra money, because I've got a couple of $1,000 extra a month and everything else. But I was like, but I'm leveling out really quick and I'm tired. And I can feel that I'm not giving my clients their best, which means that they're not going to get as many results. And how long can I go in this? So I started thinking through about how I would offer coaching to people, and it changed everything. Let me add a couple of other things in terms of the benefits, and we're going to unpack what these things mean. Let me say hello to a couple of people really quick that are saying hello to me. Let's see. There's Andrea. How's it going, Andrea? Let me say hello to Diane. Good to see you. And Miles has got a great question, and I'll get to it. Do you suggest we have 10 personal clients and then also have group coaching and coach less time throughout the week? We'll get to that. So the benefits, first of all, is that we've got to add coaching products or offer other ways of people working with us, because our personal capacity is going to either make us burn out or it's going to level us out. The other thing that offering other coaching products does is that it builds rapport with new and prospective clients. 3, it creates multiple ways for people to work with you outside of simple one-on-ones. And you're going to be able to make more money in less time and help more people. And it's easier to sell than just vague coaching, because there's a lot of coaches who are trying to sell coaching packages. I want to sell 4 sessions for $400. Do you want to buy a coaching package for that? No one wants to buy that. That's almost impossible to sell. This is why you need a product, and you need to be able to package it in a certain way. So let me show you what I mean by all of these things as we go back to the boring whiteboard that's not nearly as pretty. Sorry about that. So here's the first thing I'll say. When you add coaching products or programs, if you want to use the word program, what you're able to do is you're able to build rapport with new and prospective clients. How do you do that, especially with new clients? let's say that your VIP is what you is what a lot is the only thing that, and when I say VIP, this is your one-on-one. This is your one-on-one, and it's the max that you are making per hour. Because if you're going to give up that time, then you need to be getting paid for it. If this is the max, this is the biggest offer that you have to someone and they get you one-on-one, then, well, here's the problem. The problem is that if this is your prospective client over here, this is them starting out and everything else, you'd probably all have to agree that to go from here to here, that seems like a pretty big leap. And to go from zero to jumping all the way into your most expensive kind of thing. And that might mean that you guys are charging $100 an hour. It might be 200, it might be 250, it might be 300. That seems like a pretty significant leap. And I agree, it is a significant leap. What has to happen is that there's two parts of this thing that actually make someone become a client. This top part, I'm going to call client readiness, which means that they need to be ready before they become a client. So really, when we start getting into right here is really when you're going to see people who are actually ready to take a step and invest. And then we've got this other thing that's called rapport. And really what that means is that they trust you, they like you, and they believe that you can help them because, well, of your expertise. They see something there. Both of those things have to be in place before someone becomes a client. So how are you going to take somebody from here to here in order for them to become a client and become a paying person, especially at this max thing? How are you going to bring somebody from zero all the way to there? Well, here's how we do it. How we do it is through various coaching products that we offer that are a little bit more reasonable. Like on this first part, it might be $0 for the coaching product that you're offering. You know what this is going to be? This is going to be something like an email list. It's going to be like some kind of a freebie Zoom that you offer or something like that. But what are you going to do at that point? You are going to do an exchange with them. They're going to give you their contact information. And then when they join you, here's what happens is that there's an increase in readiness on the part of the client. And here's the other thing that happens. There is an increase in rapport that happens. Now, you can see that from right here, we're closer, but that may not be, that's a really big place to jump. But if you had something like here, like a cheap course, or you had group coaching that is that has a medium price to it, that's a really easy jump. That's, you know what it is? It's their next right step. I'm still not ready for this and I'm not convinced yet. But you know what? A cheap online course to get something from you, that's really low risk. So you'll see people go from as much readiness and as much trust as you have built and nurtured with them, they're willing to take that step. Like, it only makes sense. I don't want to take this step, but I'm ready to take my next right step. And the next right step is what your coaching products actually do for people. You can offer freebie kinds of things, but then you can offer lower price things that are not as much as your max price kind of thing. And you know what it does? It does two things. It builds relationship with these people. It makes new clients, because I would rather have a client that's paying for something over here that I'm nurturing a relationship and I'm helping, because what ends up happening, let's say they get really helped here. What happens here is when they get really helped to this level, when they are prepared and change is happening in their life, you know what? That's a really easy jumping point right there to become a maximum. So they get more of me, they're going to get more help, but they're also paying more money at that point. See, most coaches don't understand this thing. They're going to go and they're going to make a website that says live your best life, and they're not going to get any clients because they don't understand how relationship works. Think about it like this. Let me give you a better context for relationship. Let's imagine, because this is a relational business, let's imagine that I go into a coffee shop. Now I'm married, so we're going to have to really imagine. Imagine I'm a single guy. I go into a coffee shop and I'm really attracted to the barista that's there. Now, it would be foolish for me to walk up and say, would you like to get married? Now, there's some stories probably out there somewhere, but we all know that that's not the way that it goes down. You'd say, this guy's a creep. This guy's a freak. What's wrong with this person who does something like that? So you know what I will do? I will go in and granted they're in a service business, but I'm going to serve them. I'm going to compliment. I'm going to make their day. I'm going to be a great customer, and I'm going to tip really well. And I'm going to do things that are memorable. And you know what I'm going to do is that I'm going to keep showing up and saying, I want to show my interest and that I value you and everything else. So you know what happens? It's not a marriage yet. It's not even a date yet. But I'm going to get to this spot right here. And then maybe after a couple of months, I might say, hey, do you, get to know them and they're not dating anybody or whatever. Would you be open to coffee? Now, coffee's not getting married. It's not any of those things. It's not having kids. It's none of those other things. What is it? It's the next right step. It's what's appropriate because you've earned trust with someone and you've shown yourself as a person who wants to serve them and everything else. So maybe there's coffee and maybe there's one date, but maybe there ends up being successive dates and everything else. This is the way that I want you to think about business, is that it's relational. And we're trying to serve people to the next right step. Serve people to where we can call them to a greater place of commitment with us, because just like in any relationship, to ask somebody for coffee is not a big deal. To ask someone to marry you is a really, really big deal. And that's a big investment. You don't get to go back from that one, right? So here's how we do it. Here's how all these things come together so that you can see it with real numbers. And I'm going to say hello to, I'm so sick, but I'm trying to press through. I'm so sorry for coughing in your ears and everything else. Cookie's joining us from Charlotte, North Carolina. Kim saying hello. Hello, Kim. And Kim says, Happy New Year. Tanya says, I feel called out. Oh, I hope that's a good thing. So let's look at it this way. Let's go back to this picture that we were showing a while ago. Now, if someone is doing this part-time coach thing at 10 hours a week, they're going to spend 7 hours of that time prospecting, 3 hours of that with clients. So their maximum is, again, the maximum is 3 clients. And that means that they're going to make $300 a week, $1,200 a month. And for a full year, they'll make $14,400. Not bad, but you can't leave your business that you're working for and you can't go farther. And you're limited in terms of, because you're not making enough you're making good money and it's fun and you're enjoying what you're doing, but you're still having to go to the grind every day and work for somebody else and all these other things. Let me show you how to do this. What do we want to do? We want to maximize your time. We want to see you help more people. We want to see you not level off in terms of your income. And I want you to have maximum impact in your life. These are the things that we're going after. I'm going to say it again. What I am after, why we're doing the coaching, product launch blueprint and all of these other things, because I want you to maximize your time. I want you to maximize your income potential. I want you to help as many people as you can, because if you do, you will maximize your impact and you will have a greater purpose, because I think that you guys should be influencing a lot more people than what you're influencing right now. So how do we do that? Well, here's how we're going to do it. I'm going to show you, if you had 3 offerings out of everything that you do, I'm going to show you how all of these offerings build on one another. They not only open the door to new prospects, new people to work with you in a low risk kind of way, but they also build trust And they also open the door for you to have max. If you want to work with one-on-ones, that you're making max money to do that because it's requiring your time. So how do we do this? First of all, let's say that we had a $27 course. How is $27 going to help me, Paul? I'm trying to break free and I'm trying to become a full-time coach. Well, it's because the math works in your favor. If you had a $27 course, and I'm saying an online course that people can just go in and do. Now, you can have courseware to do it, but I've seen coaches just create a Facebook group for free and post videos or post their content or whatever, and they work through and they work through and they just post it, like they have it automated and it just posts weekly or whatever. This is something that once you get it set up, you're not having to maintain it anymore. It's not requiring you to be live. It's not requiring you to do live hours. Maybe you make some posts about it on social media, you broadcast it on your email list or whatever, but this is just something because we understand that it's got a dual purpose. It's getting people in their next right step, which might be a baby step, that's low risk. You're making money and you're nurturing a relationship with them and you're helping them to show them that your coaching can help them. But what it ends up doing is that it does create an income stream for you, because what does that look like? What is $27 a month? If you could get out of 8 billion people on the planet, 20 people to sign up monthly, that's $540 a month. Now, if you look at what the math is on that, actually, 540 a month adds up quite a bit, because you know why? Because right here for a year, hustling for an entire year for 3 clients gets you to 14,400. 540 a month. I'm gonna round it up to 6,000 only because it's easier. It's a little over $7,000 that you're not even having to work weekly. You're not even giving up an hour of your time because you only have 10 hours a week, based on what we were saying. Isn't that crazy that I can get halfway there? I can make half as much money just having an online course that runs itself after I get it set up. It goes out there, but it's working magic for me. It's making money, but it's nurturing a relationship because these people who are getting helped are now more open to the VIP thing. Now, I'm going to show you how to make money without even dipping into the VIP thing yet. And you may decide that you don't want to even do one-on-one clients after I show you this next thing. And here's what I mean by that. If you do a $47 a week group coaching program and 10 people sign up for it, this is a single group and only 10 people sign up for it, that is $1,880 a month. And that is only 1 live hour a week. If you choose to add a live hour to it, it's 1 live hour a week. Now, here's the way that the math works. From this and from this is $24,000 a month. 2,400 a month. Well, what does 2,400 a month end up translating to? Well, let's see if I can do simple math. I'm going to go 2,400 times 10. That's 24,000. And then if I add that other 5,000, I'm making nearly 30K off of 2 programs, 2 products, and I'm only working 1 live hour a week. This is not hype. I'm not talking about even 100 people right now at this point. With this one-on-one thing, this is what you're looking at. One-on-one, 3 clients with your 10 hours and not being able to get anywhere with it and not getting any traction. Now, if you only want to coach 3 people all year, then more power to you. If that's as far as you want to go, then that's fine. But that's as far as you will go because your revenue is already going to max out. Maybe you can add a 4th person every now and then, but for the most part, you're going to be hovering around 3. Why wouldn't you want to offer other ways for people to help you? Because you know what? This is really low risk for people. This is like no risk for people. And then they can see and they can sample and they can see if it's good. And you know what? Here's the crazy thing about it. This is $470 a week is actually $470 an hour. Compare that to your VIP. you're only charging $200 an hour. Maybe you don't even want to do VIPs because you're not going to make as much money, quite frankly. Or, I mean, look at this. In this structure, you're only making $100 an hour. So why would you do that when you could crush it through a model like this? What I just showed you can make you a six-figure coach like that. If just understanding the model of this thing. And most coach training schools don't bother to tell you anything like that, because the dirty secret is that a lot of people who are teaching coaching were not very good business people, and they weren't that successful as coaches. They might have been really good fundamentally as helping people in terms of coaching, but it does not mean that they were successful at business. We have a template for this, and I'll walk alongside you. I'll take you by the hand, because anybody can do this. One of our coaches that I'm so proud of, Harvey, he's in his 70s when he started his coaching practice. He had been retired for a few years and hadn't really worked with computers or done anything. And he went from zero to becoming a six-figure coach in a year. So he's kind of one of those people that steals everyone's excuses. And his practice is overwhelmingly busy. And he's already added a couple of new things into it that he's been doing over the last 6 months or whatever. It's amazing to watch what he's been able to do. And what we'll do is that we'll take you by the hand and we'll show you how to do this. And it's not overwhelming and it's not hype. Let's say that you only were half as successful as this. That's still making more money working 1 hour a week live than you would be making trying to hustle and get 3 clients a week. If you were only half as successful, that's still $15,000 a year. And you still have all of those other hours to do whatever you want inside of your business. Again, I'm not a hype and exaggeration kind of person. These are very basic numbers. These are very low numbers. You know what a lot of those courses are going for out there. You see them that are like $400, $500, $1,000 or whatever. We have some coaches that are offering high ticket stuff now. They started with little things and they were like, dude, if I can get $200 for this, I can get $1,000 for this or $5,000 for this. We have coaches that are doing this. I'm trying to put this into the realm of possibility to make you believe and to take your excuses away, because it's time to help people. Do you realize that anxiety and depression has gone up 25% in the last 3 years? Do you realize that? We've got people who are crippled out there right now in terms of mental health, emotional health, whether they can move on, whether they're doing anything. They're stuck. And they're crying out for people to step in to the gap and help them. And I'm looking for some coaches who are hungry that want to step into their purpose and quit being afraid of putting themselves out there. Listen, your fear of putting yourself out there is literally keeping other people from not living into their purpose. They're not called as coaches. They're called to do whatever they're supposed to do. Be doctors, be lawyers, be whatever they're supposed to be doing, building businesses or whatever. We're the people who are supposed to be the partners that help them live into the story that they were made for. But we've got to step into our story so that those things happen. Now, what are some of the products that you could offer? I mean, there's a lot of different ideas in this. And we're talking about online courses. We're talking about workshops, but all these things can be done in person as well. We're talking about retreats. If you wanted to do a retreat with people, if you wanted to do webinars, if you want to do group coaching, if you want to just do a 30-day challenge, if you want to do masterminds. What's a mastermind? Well, you know what you might do? You might partner with another coach or 2 other coaches and you bring a mastermind together. And I mean, every mastermind that I see, people are paying thousands of dollars to be able to go to these things if they see the value in it. Bring in one coach, but if you bring in a couple, then that makes a lot of sense. Facebook groups, all of these different things. You can even create your own coaching app. Yes, there are coaches who are doing that and serving their clients through an app that they've put together, because there's not a whole lot of. So any of these things, and there's more, you can be as creative as you want. This is what you're able to do. The coaching product launch blueprint, we're going to be relaunching this thing on January the 24th. So you got a couple of weeks to put your pennies together and make this thing happen. And we're talking about going from brainstorming to launch in 90 days or less. So what does it work for? Well, it works for a lot of things. It works for your entire business launch. So if you don't have your business launched yet, then you can use the blueprint to do that. You can use it for group coaching. You can use it for online courses. You can use it for webinars. You can use it for workshops, retreats, literally anything. And here's how we do it. We start with step one, and what we do is we do a deep dive on a personal inventory with you to help you mine for ideas. And what you'll end up doing is that you'll walk away from step one with a few different ideas of some things that you could do. Not that you're going to choose all of them. You might do a couple of them at another time, but you're going to choose the one that resonates the most with you. Number two, what we do is that we take your best idea and we help you outline it. So you have a few ideas, and a couple of those will be for the future, but we're going to select the one that stands out the most, and we're going to create an outline for it. Step three is that we're going to help you structure your product. We're going to help you organize your thoughts, and it's really easy to do because we've got a coaching product wireframe that we give you to help you do that. Step four, we're going to choose your mode for delivery. Is this supposed to be group coaching? Is it a webinar? Is it an online course? We take the guesswork out of it because we give you a coaching product shell. And when you plug your ideas in, then what ends up happening is that with the guesswork out, you know exactly how this thing needs to be structured and how it needs to be delivered. Step five is now you have a product, but who knows about it besides you and your mom? And what we do is that we give you a 14-day pre-launch sequence. We give you the steps and the strategy, including the 8 key ingredients for success to make it work. And step 6 is that we help you iron out the details for your website, sales page, and more. No, we do not do web design. We're going to show you how to do it. Your products together. We're going to talk about social media posts. We're going to talk about emails, all of these things being ready to go and scheduled. And before launch day, we have to get that website and sales page in order. And we give you a wireframe tool and guide you step by step on how to build a high converting website. And it's really easy. We're going to launch in 90 days or less. The live training that we do on this is Wednesdays at 5:30 Pacific. That's 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern. And we'll have replays available for you within 24 hours. Every week, you'll walk out of there with tools and assignments to help you develop your strategy. We're going to help you develop your ideal coaching products, and we're going to give you feedback on anything that you're working on each week. We're going to cover everything. We're going to cover lead magnets. You guys know some of this terminology. We're going to cover funnels. We're going to cover all of those different things. We're going to show you how to craft your messaging for social media, sales pages, and emails. All of this is going to start January 24th. How do you get it? Well, here's how you get it. It's part of Jumpstart. Let me tell you, I've looked at the product. What we're doing is worth easily 10 grand. And you can join Jumpstart, $97 a month with a 3-month minimum commitment. I can add in here that there's a lot of other courses. If you're not trained and certified yet, we can help you do that as well. So you get in there and you also have access to the Life Coach Certification course, Tuesday night live training, as well as our Wednesday night where we're going to be doing these things. Listen, you don't have any excuses because you're not going to go in debt and you're not going to go broke spending $97 a month because you probably already spend that on Starbucks. Starbucks is $3.25 a day. Anybody can afford this. We've made it where you can be excuse-free, that if you want to do this thing, I've come as far your way as we possibly can. And you know that we're no fluff. Look at the reviews on our site, 4.99, whatever they are, and there's like 1,000 of them on there right now. You can see what people are actually saying who have done the work with us and that we've walked alongside. This is our 10-year anniversary this year, and I'm really excited more than ever, not only about getting coaches trained and certified, but I want you to step into destiny. I believe that this year is a year of advancement for people, and we want to help you do this. But you do need to get enrolled. Jump inside of the description for this video. You can click on it, and you can get enrolled, and you can get rolling with us. January 24th is when we're going to be going live with all of this. But again, the links are inside the description. Let me jump over here into the chat and just look at what people are saying. really quickly. There's Stephanie. How's it going, Stephanie? And Miles says, I love this concept, implementing it. Is there a maximum group size in this model? There's really not. I mean, it really depends on how you're going to do it, first of all, because I've done group coaching even in person and done it with small groups, but probably have also done it with like 50 people in the room. So it all depends on how you've put something together to scale it. And now there's a lot of different ways to do group coaching, by the way. And that's something that we'll cover as well. Are what are some of the ideas of how you can do group coaching? You can also do group coaching, and I've done it this way as well, where it's supplemented by a Facebook group and by an online course or something like that, where they're able to go through, they've got their tools, you've already prepared all of those things, and maybe your gatherings and everything else, if your connecting points, whether it's in a Zoom or if it's in person or whatever, you facilitate everything that you're doing through the group. Accountability comes through the group. So there's a lot of things that are your normal job as a coach that you don't really do so much when you're in group coaching, because you've built the structure out so that they can take it and run with it. Also makes it less reliant on you. Everybody's getting helped, and you're sitting there like the champion that you are in the room. And they're like, we got so much help from this. It was so low cost. What's my next step? You can say, well, I've got one-on-ones open, but I've only got 3 or 4 places for that. And then it's a natural transition for the people who want to make a bigger investment. That's how we do it. Lisa says Jumpstart is amazing. Thank you. If I have my own website, can you still help with adding funnels and lead magnets? So again, let me just make sure you know we don't do them for you. We'd never have any time if we were doing those things, but we show you how, and we also review them as you're adding them. So a lead magnet's really easy. If you've already got a website, and depending on who you're hosting with, most of those hosting providers allow for some sort of a widget that you're able to add in, or we can recommend some that are out there that are either free or low cost that you're able to do. Basically, with a funnel, all you're trying to do is you're doing a couple of things. You're creating a sales page that in the sales page that it's talking about the problem that people are wanting to solve, and you're showing that you have a path to victory. And now you've got some whatever their next step is. And there's a lot of different ways to do funnels. A funnel starts a lot of times just with an email capture thing, but depending on whatever you create as your next step, that is the funnel begins when you have an exchange of information, whether that's an email address, a phone number, or a credit card. That's how it will end up starting. And most people start that funnel process with a free step that's an exchange of info so that you can give them more info, nurture a relationship, and call them to action in one of these kinds of ways. And so we walk you through that, and we definitely show you how to do that. Let me see what I saw there. Sam says, you give so much, Paul. Thanks for everything. Thank you, Sam. What if I don't have an email list? Well, you start from scratch. That's what we're talking about. Even with this, we're starting from nothing. That's the whole point. 0 to 90 days launching your practice or your coaching product. So we're going to start from scratch. We're going to harvest emails. We're going to find those people. We're going to have people sign up. So if you want an email list, which I highly recommend because they're so cheap and almost free, and you don't need a lot of people in your email list before you start making money. One of our coaches, I've got a video on it. Her name's Penny. She had an email list of 200 that she made $27,000 off of in a single month. So you don't need a whole lot of people signed up. And as I just showed you, you don't even need a whole lot of paying people before you're able to start making money. So hopefully that's helpful for you. Cool, Daniel. I see that. It's awesome. Let's see. Who else do I need to say hello to? Anybody else I need to say hello to here? Any other questions before we head out? Now, I know I'm 30 seconds ahead of you guys, but I'm highly recommending that you guys move on this thing. Let me go back in time just a little bit so I can remind you of what this offer is all about. the coaching product launch blueprint is all coming together. January the 24th is when we're going to relaunch this particular program. Now, I've walked other coaches through these steps, and the cool thing about it is these steps aren't requiring you to pay a bunch of money for advertising. Life Coach Training Institute, I'll give you a little factoid that you probably didn't know, some trivia. How much do you think that Life Coach Training Institute spends per year on marketing? You have a guess? How much are we spending on marketing and advertising? I'd love for you just to throw it into the chat widget. Somebody just kind of give me some guesses. We're the largest life coach training program in North America. And how much money do you think that we spend every year on advertising dollars and marketing dollars that we spend on advertising and marketing? Has anybody got a guess? You can throw it in the chat widget. Some of you might know this answer because you've been around me a little bit longer, but throw it in the chat widget. I just want somebody, I'm not trying to prove you wrong. I'm just interested in what you guys think that we do on that. Kelly, does that mean $20 or $20,000? I'm just curious. What does 20 mean? Is it 20,000? Is that what you mean? Anybody else got an idea? We got 20 there. What other things are you guys thinking? Again, Life Coach Training Institute is the largest life coach training program in North America. How much? Stephanie's lowballing us. She's saying 5,000. What do you guys think that we spend? So Kelly is confirming 20,000. Anybody else got a guess? We'll take one more guess. Andrea says 30,000. Okay. Let me give you the number because I know I can pull it up on the whiteboard really quick. And let me see. Yeah, here's the number on the white. Wait, let me make sure I got a big enough thing. That's how much we spend on advertising every year. So does what I know how to do work? Yes. Because we don't spend any money on marketing. We do the things like you're sitting here today and we're talking about this because it's all about relationship and it's all about nurturing relationship with people and earning their trust and serving them in such a way that they have confidence to make a buying decision with you. It's all it's about. Now, I guess we could throw $5,000 or $30,000 in advertising dollars if we wanted to do that or something like that. In many cases, you start attracting the wrong kinds of people with some of those things. We attract real people. I've got relationships globally. We literally have a global footprint, and 20 to 25% of our students are outside the United States. And this is how much we spend annually on marketing. We serve people through content and a lot of other kinds of things, and we earn the right to work with them. And that's how it comes down. And this is all we're trying. And any of you can do that because you're authentic kinds of people. You don't have to be fancy. You just have to be you. Now, over the years, we've invested in more things in terms of technology and stuff like that because things look a little sharper or whatever. If you want to call that part of our marketing and advertising budget, you know what our marketing and advertising is? We just help people. We just nurture relationship, and we make it as easy as we can for them to say yes. Give them more than they'll ever pay for. And that's what we do. So again, let's work together, you guys. Are you kidding me? Let's get this thing going. Coaching Product Launch Blueprint is part of our Jumpstart program. It's only $97 a month with a 3-month minimum commitment. You're going to get more than you'll ever use. I can guarantee you that. And this is going to cover everything, any kind of product that you want to come up with. Whether you're launching your business, you want to do group coaching, you want to do online courses, webinars, workshops, anything, retreats, any of those things, it's going to cover. We're going to walk you through 6 steps to actually launch your business or create the product that is going to create and open up new revenue streams for your business. All of this is going to start on January 24th. We're going to have live training on Wednesday nights. We're also going to have those replays available for you within 24 hours. We're going to have weekly tools and assignments for you that's going to help you develop your strategy. We're also going to be giving you feedback on the products in real time as you're working on things. Everything is covered in here. Lead magnets, funnels, writing sales pages, social media, emails, all of these different things. Again, it's January 24th. If you click the link inside of the description tonight, you can get enrolled. and you can jump in and be a part of it. And we would love to have you. And it's going to be amazing. So let me say, Sam thought that we were spending 100. Well, that made me feel so good, Sam, that you would think that we spent that much. What about SEO services? No, we don't. We know how to do that in-house. We teach you guys how to do that inside of our Jumpstart program. That alone, that module alone in our Jumpstart program is worth thousands of dollars. So yes, Kim, you probably found us at the top of Google. I almost guarantee it. And we didn't pay a cent for that because we know how to do it. So anyway, isn't that crazy? Yep, it's pretty crazy. Tanya said goals. All right, I better let you guys go. I'm going to go watch my daughter practice for gymnastics. She's got her first competition in a couple of weeks. So I'm excited to go be dad and cheer, but not cheer too loud because she doesn't like us to yell and do embarrassing things. Kelly says, oh, I appreciate this, Kelly. I know this is off script. I just want to tell you, Paul, you truly have the best program I have tried. Thank you. That means so much because it's about it. This is what it's about for us. And so that means a lot to me. I appreciate that. So awesome. Well, all right, everyone. Well, get enrolled. And if you got any questions, you can email us, message us, or whatever. But do this. Like literally, you're one click away. It'll take you 90 seconds to get enrolled. Hey, appreciate you guys all immensely. Have a great rest of your week and take care.